Hi everyone! This is my first video, and I'm not entirely sure I know what I'm doing, but I'm here and that's what matters. This is just going to be a short little video rambling about Path of Exile's most recent season lore and the tie-ins with Path of Exile 2. Path of Exile 2 had their Last of the Druids expansion back in December, which introduced the Disciple of Varashta ascendancy for Sorceress, which lets you control Jinn. And then if you unlock the Jinn abilities, they appear and they float around you as their little Barya, which is how the Jinn are stored when they're not manifested. And then Path of Exile 1, 2 weeks ago, give or take, had a season that introduced Varashta as an actual character, and after you complete the main campaign, you can get the 3 Jinn that you can summon in Path of Exile 2 can randomly appear as part of the League mechanic. I think that's really cool because the Jinn themselves are not like an omnipotent godlike species. They're just another people. They're just innately magical, and they're the Sekemas, which are this race of desert-dwelling people, have basically been in contact with the Jinn ever since they were existing, and it's really neat because the 3 Jinn actually give you buffs based on if you're just using them or if you choose to use the other Jinn in Path of Exile 2. And the whole League mechanic of Path of Exile 1 is you're freeing the trapped Jinn that were trapped by the final Layer 4 boss in the Trial of the Sekemas of Path of Exile 2, which really ties the lore in together and makes it a better flowing experience, which I think is, I think more games should do that. Something like how Helldivers 1 and Helldivers 2 lead into each other. Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2 aren't concurrent. Path of Exile 2 happens years after Path of Exile 1, but still features some of the same characters, which I think adds to a good layer of the storytelling and really creates what I think is a better story than gameplay, which is kind of the only reason I really play games nowadays. I only really interact and play them because a lot of them have interesting stories. Helldivers 2 is a good one that I know a lot about the lore and the actual conception of the 3 enemy factions, the Automatons, the Illuminate, and the Terminids, and I've recently been rereading through Starship Troopers for like the 4th time, and a really good book. If you guys haven't ever read Starship Troopers, the original one from the 50s, you definitely should give it a read. It's got some very unique sci-fi storytelling compared to something more traditional like Star Wars or Star Trek, which I guess are really the only 2 other sci-fi things I know vague bits and pieces of. But yeah, I mean, Path of Exile 1 has a lot of interesting tie-ins, and then the actual League mechanic being that the Jinn, which are also known in the Americas as genies, and the Baryas would be their lamps. The League mechanic is you essentially make a wish for Varashta to grant you to go and free said Jinn. And a lot of the wishes are just like, you get a little more gold or a little more XP, but some of them can nab you a guaranteed unique, which are pretty cool. And my build that I've been going through the game with recently has been a Holy Hammers Berserker. And Berserker is one of the Marauder's ascendancies, so it's a pure strength stacking build that you spam a skill called Holy Hammer, and it essentially rains holy hammers down from the sky, and it deals a lot of damage, a lot of damage. It's one of the more fun builds. I quite enjoy it, but that's because, like I said before, I really enjoy the lore of Path of Exile, and the gameplay is something that, while it minorly intrigues me, I don't find it as fun as really a lot of other games would intrigue me. Like, I've been playing also a lot of Deadlock recently. I picked up Yamato a couple days ago and have been playing a lot of her recently. Which Deadlock is a phenomenal game. It's like a hero shooter and a MOBA mixed together, which I think is something very interesting. It definitely frustrates me at times. But overall it's a pretty fun game. I generally enjoy it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I know this is kind of a short one, but this is the start of something, and it'll be a steep slope. I'll guarantee you that. You guys have a nice rest of your day, night, weekend, whenever you guys are watching this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.